Welcome to Gamers at Large, episode 79. Wow, 79. All right, and let's go ahead and get it started. Let me introduce my fellow cast members, starting with Dr. Field.
Hey, what's up, guys? Dr. Feel Good here, aka Lord Dynamo, the guy with the smooth
Sleepies!
music. I'm not even going to entertain that. So go ahead, next person. We'll talk about this after the cast.
All right, and now on to Shadow Fox.
Hey, it's Road Ninja K9 Descent. You know what it is. Dirty Birds Rise Up.
And last but not least, the ADD specialist.
It is I, the greatest person in existence, the Good Shepherd, the ADHD specialist. Please bask in the glory that is gamers at large. Let's do this.
He's so ADHD he didn't recognize his cue. All right. All right, guys, we got a few topics here, so let's go ahead and get it started. First up, we'll talk a little bit more about the. We did a little bit in the midweek cast, and we'll talk more about the financial meeting that Nintendo had and what came out of that. Obviously, the big thing was Miitomo, which is their. I don't really want to call it a game. It's kind of it's more like an app.
I'll say it's an app more than a game. People take that the wrong way.
It's a social media app for your smartphone. Similar in some ways to Tamagotchi Life, but pretty different. So we can go ahead and get in, have a little discussion about that. I haven't, because I'm not a big mobile guy, and Nintendo isn't really going to change that unless they do something.
Amen.
Unless they do something really crazy. But there's those who are speculating about mobile gaming and what this game should have been, even though I've never heard them talk about mobile gaming in any good light.
Yeah, okay, I'll keep it real with you. Most of the people that are talking about this stuff have no clue. I am not a huge fan of mobile gaming, but I do mobile game. I'll keep it real. I play a bunch of mobile games, mostly RPG related. So I just have to bomb this whole conversation. Like really, most of the people that I hear speculating about this don't play mobile games at all, and they're making huge assumptions on mobile gaming. And the real talk is this: Nintendo stated, especially Iwata before he passed on, stated that they are making applications, not games, although there will be games too.
See,
applications.
That's the thing that drives me
the
most crazy is that they already said what they weren't gonna do. like you said, Iwata said this before, that they weren't gonna do the same thing that everybody else is doing. Don't expect a Mario runner or I heard Flappy Bird. Nintendo should have made a Flappy Bird type of game.
Oh my God, huge fail.
And I'm like, what?
Whoever said that need to play in traffic. Like crowded, fast-paced, crowded traffic. Like 85 plus miles an hour.
Maybe there's a chance that would have been successful. I'm not too sure, because those type of things, they're one-off. They'll come out and then it'll just blow up out of nowhere for no good reason. But Flappy Bird is terrible.
It's like Bike Touch.
It's terrible. Like, it's not like a good game. Obviously, it made that dude a lot of money. But it was a flash in the pan. You can't really say, oh, that is going to be. And on top of that, because most people out here talking about this are console gamers. They don't really play mobile games, and some of them actually despise them.
Which is what I said, but continue.
Right, but these are the people that are talking about. My guess would be that they would want a mobile game that would draw them into mobile games, because they don't really play them. So I guess because this isn't a game that they would care about, that they don't like it. They're upset about it. But I'm like, but you don't play mobile games anyway.
Exactly. And the what pisses me off about this too is the game's not out yet.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
gave you a general summary of the game
But
slash
that's
app.
it. That's just it too. That's
They
another
made
thing.
a bunch
That,
of assumptions.
no, like I haven't heard like somebody give me a good description of what the game is even about. But they know they don't like it. It's just like I don't understand that. Like this, I have no interest in this game at all. Like the only thing that interests me about it is the My Nintendo connection. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. But
Yeah,
that's
like
the only thing that would maybe have me mess around with it.
well,
But I'm not like, oh my God, this Miitomo is going to be the next greatest thing ever.
well, to
Um,
interrupt you,
yeah.
because I actually do play mobile games. Not a lot, but I do. I'm with you too. The game is not really for me. It's just not. Like I play I play mobile gaming out of quote unquote necessity. Okay, let me give an example. I got Brave Frontier, Chain Chronicles, Critica, and a bunch of others. Like all my games I bought are like RPG related. It's for me to play RPGs on the go when I
Hmm.
can't always whip out my 3DS or my Vita. That's the only reason I play personally. I'm not a mobile gamer, but I
Right.
do play mobile games. But I'm not. I'm open-minded enough that if the game is good enough, I'll play it.
Hmm.
People are making assumptions, and that's what bugs me out. And I said we both agreed on this already.
Yeah.
Find out more before you jump to these huge conclusions. Seriously, we
At
know
least
we know
find out
jack
more
shit
before you
about
come to
this.
yeah, before you come to a conclusion about it. You have to at least you have to at least articulate what you don't like about it. You have to at least articulate what the game is about
At least
before
play a
you can tell
demo
me
of the
that
damn
it's.
game. Play a demo at least, even though demos don't always give it full credit. Play the goddamn demo. If you haven't even played the demo, shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just have to say it. That's just me.
Get on in here, Dr. Fields. Get on in
Where should I start? Um, well, I will say this. I am somewhat interested, and Mr. T, you mentioned earlier that.
Lies.
No, I seriously am. And Mr. T mentioned earlier that some people are they just not into mobile gaming. Period. I'm one of those people that I've downloaded a few games in the past, of course,
Mhm.
free ones, and they may have held my attention for a bit, but am I the person that just runs back to it every chance I get and play it? No, not at all.
here.
Never. Um, but I'm somewhat interested in it because the social aspect. I don't mean social as in I can connect this and that, but how they mention how it asks you certain questions and how you would relate those questions to other people that you are associated with. That part seems intriguing to me because
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, maybe I can speak for myself, but I'm a nerd slash anime slash gamer. So I'm pretty sure to most people, I should probably be a closed off person in the basement. But I'm very much sociable, and I think this game can actually impact that, so to speak. Maybe I'm reaching too much, but I see the potential in it. Now, would I be all into it like I was, like, say, for instance, Fantasy Life? Probably not.
No.
But
Fantasy,
I'm
Fantasy
somewhat
Life Rex. Oh,
interested.
sorry. I just have got to say that.
I mean, but I am somewhat interested, but I don't see this as, the second coming of Super Mario World. No, like, no, I don't see that, but I can say that as a person that despised mobile games and never even thought they had potential, even though some out there have made tons of money, I'm somewhat interested, somewhat, but no, I'm not sitting here, drooling because I can't wait. No, it's nothing like that.
But and Nintendo said before, again, Nintendo said what they were not going to do, which is just take a game that could be on 3DS and slap it on to mobile and have touch controls. They said they weren't going to do that. And so to complain about them not doing that tells me that you're not paying attention. It's like you're not paying enough attention to what's being said here.
But
Like
Mr. T,
that was never going to happen. They said that.
but
But
T,
but but T,
What?
you just applied logic.
I don't
no,
understand it. Like,
but even more than that, remember when the whole when what's his name came out, the Zelda creator. I'm having the brain fart right now.
The creator of Zelda, Aonuma?
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
When
well,
Alnuba came out and
director.
said, yeah, he made that post online saying, um, Zelda, our target, it's no longer a target for 2015.
Hmm.
Everyone, all they saw was it's been delayed until 2016. It's like, even though that may be the case, they simply said it is no longer our target, which to me means that, hey, you're going to try to finish this in 2015, as you told us, but just in case you can't, it's no longer a focus for you to
Yeah.
finish this game no matter what in 2015.
Yeah, they were
That's what
basically
I
saying
saw.
they weren't going to kill themselves to finish it on time. They were going to take their time and make sure,
Exactly.
the
But
game was
most,
great before they worried about, when it was coming out.
Now, can I
exactly,
play
but most
devil's
people,
advocate? Can I play devil's advocate real quick?
Go ahead.
sure.
So there's two ways to think about this, right? So the fanboy is going to think whatever, or it's delayed to 2016, and that will be for all the wrong reasons. Now
Hmm.
you have other entities like press outlets and stuff like that that know some of the yin and yang of how some of this stuff works. So if Nintendo is saying that they're not making 2015 a priority, and they've already kind of got their calendar already filled out for the first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter of the year. 9 times out of 10, they're probably going to have something else for Q4, and Zelda's not going to have a chance anyway because Nintendo doesn't cannibalize their own stuff. They typically don't do that.
Right.
So, in thinking ahead of time as somebody that's familiar with how they publish games, at the very, how can I say this? The best case scenario would be Q1 next year,
Yeah.
which for them would be actually after March, but for their financial, but for calendar year Q1, 2016 will probably be the best case scenario because that would be the next open slot
Yeah.
for that game to fit into if you get what I'm saying, the way that they do
Yeah,
releases.
I mean, yeah,
And I always thought it
and
was
I
kind
agree
of
with that.
weird. Oh, uh,
But
I always.
most gamers didn't take it that way. They're just like, oh well, oh my god, because they're delaying it, and they never said delay.
Yeah. Like when they said that, I said it's going to be delayed.
Yeah,
Because if they're, because this is Nintendo. If Nintendo wants to take the time and work on something, they'll do it, and it will be delayed. And by them saying that, basically meant it was delayed. So I understand that. Um, but and I always thought it was weird that they would not take the opportunity, because obviously 2016 is the 30-year anniversary for Zelda, the
hmm
franchise. So I was always like, that's kind of weird that they would put a Zelda game out like right before the big celebration when they can really push it during
I
the
think it was because they at the time they felt that they couldn't wait,
yeah.
and it was too much pressure with regards to the competition. Which, in my opinion, I don't think they were ever competing with them anyway. They were making their own type of money a different way, but
Yeah.
I guess they were feeling that they were losing ground and they needed to have software or whatever, and they were
Yeah,
too
I'm
late
sure
to the
that
party for
was
that
that was
anyway.
yeah. That was a like, yeah, you're right about that. That was a just software. We need to get software out decision. So yeah, so Miitomo, uh, not a go. Oh yeah, I called this Me To You.
Nobody know about Miitomo. How about that?
I labeled this podcast with Me To You because I asked my mother-in-law if she knew what that meant. Obviously, me is not a real word. That's like Nintendo's word,
Yeah.
and she thinks she's only half Japanese, but she thinks it means you. Tumo means you. So
Yeah.
maybe the English version or whatever, the Western version will be called Me To You, which makes sense because one of the core things about the game is that you're going to be like basically telling other people things about yourself,
Yeah.
and it kind of makes sense. Me to you. This is me telling you, kind of a
One of
deal.
the translations I saw floating around was me and you. So
Me and
Yeah,
you. Oh,
I
it
was
could
saying,
be.
yeah, I was gonna go with, but yeah,
Yeah, it
continue.
could
I'm
be.
with
So
you.
it's probably going to be me and you, or with obviously me as in MII. The Mii's from Nintendo. So that's kind of clever.
yeah.
So I don't think it's going to keep that name Miitomo for the West. I think it'll be me and you, or me to you, like you guys are, like we just said. So
But
Honestly,
I
it's
think
an
it should.
experience. I think it's a great idea, and this is just a portion of everything. Like, if that was the only thing they're doing, then I'd be like, no,
yeah,
fail,
it's
Nintendo fail. But
I
I
think
know
this
they're doing a lot more than just this.
No, yeah, there's gonna they're obviously the Pokemon, was it Pokemon Go? It's called.
Pokemon Go is gonna
That's gonna
Pokemon
be
Go is
pretty
gonna
huge, I think.
that that that's gonna f shit up. Pardon
And
my
this could be
language.
huge too, because you know what? Nobody in this podcast is a teenage girl,
Honestly,
so this
that
might be
that's
something cool.
better. That's better than any dating app, probably.
This might be something cool that girls get in on, especially young
Is
girls,
he into me?
and get
Because
into.
me
Yeah,
is.
we have no idea. This thing could totally blow
I
up.
I I would tell you this: if they put, I mean, I haven't read up on Pokemon Go, but if they put anything related to what's the free to play Pokemon game on 3DS?
Oh, Pokemon Shuffle.
If they put that shit on mobile, I may actually be losing money in my wallet.
Oh, that's coming. Pokemon
Yeah, that's
Shuffle is
that's
definitely
Like,
coming.
gonna be my
I
money.
know that game is a test, but let's just say I failed it
I
because
only played it. I only played it for a little bit. I admit that game is fun.
my
It's
wife
addicting. Not for
is
me, but it's addicting.
is
Well, let me
addicted.
give you my ups and downs for it. So the pluses would be if anybody's seen what happened with Street Pass, it can be a godsend for 3DS and some other things when it first came around.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling that at least in Japan, that game is going to do decent. At least as far as setting the goal that Nintendo wanted to do, getting basically Nintendo's name into the eyes of people that use smartphones every day and commute and stuff like that.
Talking about
Now,
shuffle or go.
to my
Major
uh,
cities over here too, like a New York or a L.A. or
it, it could be possible. The only reason why I would give it the negative for here is because of the name of the app. So unless they change the name of the app, I don't think it's really gonna, having an icon of a me and saying Miitomo. I don't think that's gonna yield positive results
Yeah,
in the
that's
app
why I don't
store.
think it's gonna. I don't think that name's gonna be the same over here. I
They
think,
have to change it here.
yeah, because it doesn't mean anything to
Yeah.
us. So we know Mii's. Mii's are big. A lot of people don't seem to realize that Mii's are pretty almost as popular as Mario, as far as Nintendo stuff goes. And so the Mii's is a big thing. We'll notice those, and so that's why I said I think the translation will be, like I said, me to you, or like you guys were saying, me and you, which makes a lot of more sense. So, all right, I think we talked more enough about Miitomo. Let's move on to my Nintendo. My Nintendo is Nintendo's version of basically trophies and achievements mixed in with Club Nintendo. And so basically, from what we're seeing here, from the information we have, and none of it's confirmed, but it seems to be from the graphics and stuff that they've been showing from the financial meeting, that you will get incentives, in-game money or something, for achievements or trophies achieved in a game, and you'll be able to actually use those towards games, to buy games or buy merchandise from Nintendo Store or on Nintendo Online. So this is why I love Nintendo, because they didn't just do what the gamers were crying about in this community and just give us trophies or achievements like everybody else. They did it a Nintendo way, which is to make it matter, to make it an incentive to get these things. Because in every other console, it means nothing. You can put it out there and tout your score or whatever and your trophy levels and all that stuff, but other than that, it doesn't really mean anything. And this is the Nintendo twist. They wanted it to mean something. So, what do you guys think about my Nintendo?
Can I call you out on something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
It is. I heard you say achievement system. I guess because of what it is intending to do.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have threw achievements in there, just trophies.
Well,
But yeah, go ahead.
it doesn't replace the existing accomplishment system that is still in place, even though the custom one kind of went away with the new whole game journal thing.
Right.
That for whatever reason nobody even noticed, but it's completely gone. Custom achievements are
Attention
gone
to
on Wii U
detail.
now.
Sorry.
Yeah, but anyway, so what the reason why I say it isn't an achievement system is because it is basically a clone of what Club Nintendo was doing technically. So Club Nintendo was able to tell whether you were playing a game or not. It was able to connect your Wii system and your game saves, as well as your eShop, your Club Nintendo account, and your Nintendo Network ID. It was able
Hmm.
to see all those things, cross reference them on a table in a database, and then say, "Hey, you've played this game for this many hours. Give me a rating on this, and once you do
Hmm.
that, I'll give you so many points on Club Nintendo to buy swag or whatever, if you will."
Right.
So that
It was,
stuff
it
was
was
already
basically
in.
yeah, it was basically already doing that. But I
Yeah,
threw the achievements because basically for a layman's explanation, because a lot of people who aren't Nintendo gamers don't really know that. So
yeah.
that's why I was trying to kind of give it. Yeah, but
Now,
you're right.
now it would be more direct, so you would actually do an action in a game, or you would play a game, or do a certain compete in a certain. Say there'll be a Splatfest or whatever, right? And in a Splatfest, if you vote for this team or whatever, and that team wins, either via combat or popularity or whatever, then you're also maybe awarded with a real-time item or a game on whatever the new Club Nintendo is or something like that.
Right.
And it will be able to see that based on the data from your game and on Nintendo Network or whatever its replacement is going to be. So apparently my Nintendo is going to be that, but then they kind of said that Nintendo Network won't be going away. It will see that. So I don't. It's kind of confusing as to because now it seems like my Nintendo is another additional system on top of everything else that's already there.
Yeah.
Because they didn't say Miiverse was going away. They didn't say Nintendo Network was going away. The only thing that definitely is gone is Club Nintendo.
Yeah.
But
So
that's the thing. People should know by now. Nintendo doesn't fully discard anything.
Yeah.
You should
Nintendo.
know by now they're gonna do an augmented version of something they've already had in place. That's kind of a given with the standard operation. But anyways,
yeah, so I mean, technically speaking, the infrastructure and everything was already there, and they're just basically tidying it up, if you will.
Right.
So that is a wonderful soundtrack.
that's what it'd be
Is
like.
is that
Yo,
that's Woolly World?
that was perfect. Whatever that was.
Sound like Woolly World, but so
All right, it was funny the first time. Now stop.
Okay, come on, dude.
okay. Hey, feel good.
Feel good. You got 5 seconds before we meet you.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Kill us, man.
Oh no, I was looking for Captain Toad. My bag.
Captain
Captain
Toad.
Toad.
Captain
Oh, okay.
Toad. I freaking
That's
love
what it
that
was.
game. That's so cute. Yes, I said it's cute. I don't give a damn.
Okay, I kind of lost my place, but
He's gaming on Gamers at Large.
gotta be gaming. So yeah, I think it's probably a good attempt at what they're doing here. Because they needed to replace Club Nintendo like quickly. It couldn't just be gone and there was nothing in place to, going. You're close to. They ended that in what, June?
Yeah, it was June.
So you're getting close to 6 months in December. So you gotta have something
Well,
there to.
well,
No
technically,
better never to be
well, technically, they closed off the shop like back in January, February. Because games have come out that I couldn't use, like Splatoon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
they're
annoying.
aggressive.
That was annoying. So yeah, you couldn't use stuff past like January or something. It's a little later than that, maybe February or March. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
you couldn't redeem your points or any of that stuff, which was a little bit annoying when I was getting new games still. Uh,
Yeah.
but the cool thing is, I think if you were one of those guys who got the Wii U early on, you were in that program, the Digital Deluxe program. If you got the
Which was awesome.
36,
I wish I took
it was
better
awesome.
advantage of that program.
so
'Cause
awesome.
I had it day one, and I'm guilty of not taking full advantage of it.
I probably got 10 or 11 indie titles out of it.
Yeah.
From building up points and being able to
did
get the
better than me.
$5 and $10 incentives. It was just a great little program, and I think my
That's
Nintendo was
freaking awesome.
incorporating that as well, to some degree. So it's I like it. I mean, it's pretty cool. Yeah, Miiverse isn't going anywhere, folks. Miiverse is here to stay. It's too successful.
Miiverse is freaking awesome.
It's
People
awesome.
shouldn't too much hate.
It's one of the best applications or innovations
Social
that come out of this
gaming
game.
applications.
It
Yeah.
is the only dedicated gaming community.
it's awesome, and it's a great community, and with the updates, and it's so much better, I think, than it was day one. Obviously, um,
No custom
No,
achievements, damn it. Bring
but,
them back.
but
except for that,
my
except for the
favorite
custom
part
achievement.
about Miiverse, and this probably didn't even cross your mind, but my favorite part about Miiverse is the damn moderation.
Yeah, I love
Oh
it.
yeah.
Because these people,
They check these dumbasses real quick.
I don't care if you are not even having a debate with someone, but if you're having a little exchange, you just say, God bless you. They'd be like, hey, you keep this up, we're gonna ban you for a little bit. It's like, hold on, I didn't say anything bad though. It's like you said
Yeah.
something that's risky.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like they shut you down quick. Now I've seen a few things pop
They-
up here on Miiverse where it's like, did he just draw a picture of someone's private part? But and I said,
Yeah.
and I know if I report it, it'll be done in like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, it don't last. That stuff doesn't last. I like, people say, oh, that's Nintendo clamping down on blah, 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 all that bull crap. I like having at least one place in video gaming where I can go and not have to deal with the stupidity, like, and
Yeah,
not have to
yeah.
deal with the trolling and none of that.
And even if you do,
I'm
it's
glad.
short lived.
well,
It, yeah,
legitimately too though. Like I get like every now and then I get a random person on Miiverse like it's like, hey, I'm only 9 years old. How do I do this in this game? And like people in the community will answer back like positively.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so,
Oh,
you
you idiot. They don't, you so
yeah.
stupid. You don't know how to do that. You won't get that. You will get other gamers helping other gamers, and that's a good
You
thing.
see, you guys fail because that doesn't exist in gaming. You
I,
But you
bunch
know,
of
though,
you
I
bunch
also
of Nintendo
enjoy.
fanboys. We know realistically that
it's
gaming wise, that does not exist.
it's
But
sad because Nintendo shouldn't be having to babysit that 9 year old kid. Because obviously somebody's parent co-signed for them to get on the system anyway because it's age gated. You
Exactly.
can't get on Miiverse until you're 12.
Well,
Exactly. So Nintendo's a fail. See, you get it. You
but
totally
but,
get it.
but you know what? I also enjoy the comedic side of Miiverse, and it's so random. Like for example, this is like maybe 2, 3 months back. I'm walking around Splatoon Plaza, which you know is Miiverse integrated, and I saw one of the funniest posts that I ever seen, and it specifically said, "Anyone else is back hurt from carrying their whole team?" And,
Wow.
Oh,
dude,
I remember that post. That was
I was
hilarious.
cracking up. My wife, she could not stop laughing because
That
these
had me
people.
dying. I remember that post.
that is
But
great.
I mean, but what made it even more legitimate was that looking at his Inkling character, they had their arms folded, looking all pissed
Yeah.
off, like,
How did they
yeah.
know that? That's what I was trying to figure. How do they know your mood? Like, how do they know based on what you said? Like your me character will react to it. He'll be stomping his
When,
feet, or
no, when you choose your mood, when you make your post, you can change it. Just most of us don't change. We just keep the same
oh,
plain looking
okay, I
face.
didn't even
Hmm.
But
know.
that
I changed
translates to the
mine.
game.
Oh, from the facial expression.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
change
Yep,
mine all the time.
Got it.
exactly.
Got it. Okay.
It's
Okay.
really well done, though. You can't deny that.
That's pretty cool. I didn't
And
think
then when
about
someone else about the whole, did you know Calamari is like calamari? I was like,
Yep,
I
Oh
did
yeah,
not know that.
Yeah, a
calamari.
lot of
that's what it
people.
was.
No, you think that's cool? What about the leaping onto was it game theorists caught it? How the way as a squid, it takes you 3 seconds to leap from your base to wherever you're going, and how they show that in real life, the squids that can do that, it takes them about 3 seconds to do those power leaps.
Wow.
That's attention to details right there.
That's
Yeah, they've been studying too
that's attention to detail right there.
And the guy in the shoe store having a Tim Brewer jacket on.
Exactly. Nintendo. One thing you cannot deny. If you play games and pay attention, when it comes to attention to detail, Nintendo, maybe I don't know if they're unmatched, but they're definitely in the top three. No,
I,
screw that, in the top two.
Top three.
No,
anybody notice that
there's only three involved. You gotta
they
say
slick sugar coated their one of their IPs into their game anyway? Because I mean, everybody is basically a giant blooper. I mean,
Yeah.
literally. I mean,
you know the whole conspiracy thing about Sunshine and how if they failed, that's Splatoon. If they succeeded, that's Galaxy.
basically.
Oh, and another
Yeah.
thing I love
Well,
about
I don't know if
Miiverse,
anybody caught that or not, but I just threw it out there. So yeah.
but another thing about Miiverse, and I haven't gotten this from Xbox Live or PSN, but This weirded me out, and I couldn't figure out why until I had to sit down and think about my wife. I cut my Wii U on. Well, I actually went back to the home menu. I'm sorry, after Splatoon. And all of a sudden, I seen like the whole plaza was cheering. And I said, "What's going
Really?
on here?" Like I said, "What is causing?" I said, "Is this because of the upcoming Splatfest?" It was my damn birthday.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And like it has like it
There's,
shows you like being extremely happy, and like the whole plaza like is like reacting to it.
you just
And I was like,
noticed that?
I noticed
dude,
that the first year, my first birthday. I
Dude,
think.
come on. You're not at launch. You don't. You just lost
I've
out to
had
it
mine
already.
since November 18th launch midnight.
No,
So
no,
don't
no.
try
If
me.
you just
Don't
if you
try
just
me.
notice that, if you just notice that, you fail.
But you
Sorry.
know,
Dude, I'm sorry. I don't go back to my main screen that much. I'm always in my
maybe he
game.
was
Sorry.
celebrating his birthday.
But they didn't have the
Not-
leap to the game feature until a year and a half in. So technically, if you had the launch system in the first 2 years, you should have known this already.
yeah,
No,
You
you,
dude.
fail.
If I'm
Have
you
that
playing my
seat,
gotta.
game,
son.
if I'm
No,
still
no,
playing my game, I don't
have
notice.
that seat. Have that seat, son. Have that seat.
Oh Lord.
You're already sitting down. Sit down.
Speaking of seats, no, let's not talk about that because there's a lot of issues with what
Yeah,
he put up. But
for the record, I'm just messing with Ken. I mean, Dr. Feelgood. Although I still believe partial what I said. Anyways, continue, peoples.
nah, I've never noticed it, and I guess because I've never been on my
Maybe you
birthday.
haven't
But
been on your birthday. I mean, that's
yeah,
okay. That makes.
I'm
Well,
I'm
actually,
not
you
just
know,
that large. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
maybe you're not a social reject.
I
Oh,
I am a
shots
social
fired.
reject and I don't give a damn.
Yeah,
I
I
play
haven't.
whenever I can, and I usually try to play on my birthday because that's my birthday. I'm celebrating. Damn it.
Yeah, I haven't been on, but I have noticed this though. Like, so, your War War Plaza, is live. So as people go from, and the only reason why I notice is because I notice people on my friends list actually doing it. So I can see literally real time whenever Twilight is about to jump on Splatoon. Like I'll see his me walk over there. Um, so either he's playing Splatoon or he's talking about it on Miiverse. One of the two things is happening. And if I go from one game to another, if I start another game up, when I go back to the plaza, it will change and it show that I moved from there to there. But if I'm logged on as another person, it will see me run or walk to whatever game is also on the main circle. If it's one of the popular games on the main circle, it will show me walk there, or to show me walk run off screen to a game that's not on the popular circle.
I love their attention to detail.
Yeah,
Seriously.
yeah, it's craziness.
People underestimate the attention to detail that Nintendo applies in everything they do.
Every me is a number in a database that goes somewhere, and they literally like everything's live. So it's
And,
crazy.
and
It's
It's
let's not
crazy
crazy,
the
even
kind of
talk about the
details there.
artwork.
and it better be in the NX, or I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah, it better be. Yeah,
I
it
love the
really better
3D.
be.
Yo, that shit's hot. I'm sorry. I'm playing the game in 3D on my 3DS.
Well,
Continue.
well, and, there are game pages on every platform now, so it goes to show you that at least some of that stuff, at least some of Miiverse was actually well thought out because
Yeah,
imitation is a serious form of flattery, if you will.
right. I mean,
Um,
well, let's not pretend that avatars aren't a answer to me's.
oh
So
yeah, they definitely
Are you
are.
talking? Are you talking about the last Airbender?
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, now that we got a little bit of a lull, let's go ahead and move on to one topic that Jay wanted to want us to address. Shout out to him. He's had a tough week.
Yeah.
Prayers are with him. So
Most definitely.
Real talk. Yeah.
yeah, so
Much
what he
love to
wanted
my
us to talk
homie, man.
about was headsets, and because we're into Call of Duty season here, Halo season, and so he wanted us to bring up a conversation about what are the best headsets to use. I am very ill-equipped to put that out there because I don't really play those types of games that
Well, I can go
often.
first.
And then when I do, I don't really go in. But I will say, I bought this headset that I'm actually using right now, pretty early on my Wii U. When I got my Wii U, I got it from Monster Hunter, and it's the let me look at it real quick, make sure I got the name right. The Enforce or Earforce NLA. These are excellent. If you can hear me, the quality is really good, and
Is
I've
it
been
by
using them
PDP?
for. What's that?
Is it by PDP?
No, they're by. I'm exposed. I don't really. It doesn't say on the. It doesn't really say on here. I can't remember. I'm trying to think of the box in my head, but I don't remember who makes it. But if you just look up Air Force NLA, I'm sure you'll find them. Um, uh, Obviously, these are for Wii U, but I'm sure they have for Xbox One and PS4 as well. And these are quality, man.
Turtle
And,
Beach.
Turtle Beach, thank you. And I've had them for 3 years now, and they're still really good. So
They're $9 at Toys R Us.
and they're cheap.
Yeah.
So, anybody else have any suggestions?
Um, well, I use the Afterglow wireless with the USB dongle. You may appear that you are an alien from outer space when you wear them, with the lights changing on the side and the visible architecture and stuff like that. But I like them because they work with everything. They can be both wired and wireless. You have the function to hook up to your cell phone, hardwire with the aux cable, of course, but it works for the Wii U, it works for the PS3, PS4, any console, and I'm using it right now for the PC. So I bought it for the versatility. Speakers are about the same. They're actually the same size as what you would find in a pair of $300 Turtle Beach. Like I think it's 50 nanometers. I'm sorry, millimeters. I'm sorry about that. But
That's in
yeah,
millimeters. Wow. Okay.
yeah, they're actually pretty big. Very comfortable, and I think I spent $100. You can probably get them now for like 80 or 90. But yeah, I mean, I love them. I really do love them, and I've used these for the last 2 or 3 years, and they get pretty damn loud. I've actually done more than a few podcasts, you guys, various ones where I just sit them down like on the table and crank the volume all the way up, and I'm like across the room, and I'm doing other stuff, but I can hear you guys clearly.
Cool.
But I definitely, if you want a headset that works with every single console without you having to have some type of, I should say, sound decoder, setup or whatever, it would be these. Just plug in your dongle and you're free to go. Now, Wii U is a little more complicated because of Nintendo and their ways. I will leave it at that. Um, you should know what I'm talking about if you have a Wii U with the gamepad and some games like Call of Duty, but it still works with basically everything you could think of.
Yeah. If you want to go pro controller, you're gonna have some issues.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
but like
I,
this for someone that's interested, anyone that is interested, even just besides the Pro Controller thing, if you want to get audio using this thing with the Wii U, let's say you're playing Black Ops 2, unless you have a USB compatible television, or it's kind of a complicated setup for the Wii U because they split their audio between the gamepad and the console.
Right.
So you either got two options. You can either listen to the sound effects of the game and not be able to chat, or you can chat but not hear the sound effects of the game.
Right.
As far as I figured out. Other than that, since I don't care to talk while I'm playing Call of Duty,
Me neither.
yeah.
That's why I
So
said. That's why I said I'm ill-equipped for that because I'm not the chatty.
I hate to admit it, you're talking to the wrong people in that regard. We just kind of get it in, and if we do, it's usually in Google Hangouts.
Yeah.
and Splatoon doesn't help, so just let y'all know that now. Splatoon didn't help
Yeah.
the situation with this particular topic.
Nope.
Yeah. Hangouts is usually, what I would use amongst us anyway, more than anything else. There's only two other people that I actually chat with online, and that's usually on Xbox Live, and they're coworkers. So I don't even really. I typically use Google Hangouts for everything else at this point right now anyway. But what I did use, and it doesn't really work for Wii U, but I kind of made it work bootleg a little bit. And that was the PDP Headbanger headset that came out for Black Ops Wii, and it also worked for Conduit 2 and a couple other games on the Wii back in the day. Well, you
I
there's a
just
roundabout way. There's a long, drawn out way to get it to work on the Wii U for like Black Ops 2 or something like that. It involves you doing a lot of muting and unmuting of the headset on the Wii U gamepad in the settings.
Oh,
But you can get it to work. Well, and the good thing I liked about the Headbanger headset is it also is a legit. It's a legit headset for your PC as well, so you can plug it up and it works as a The mic and the headset work just fine for listening to audio or speaking on TeamSpeak or whatever you use on PC. So, because it's just USB, so it works with everything. Just kind of like how the other ones did too. So even if you had the old, if anybody's listening to this that had the old Wii Headbanger headset or whatever, it can still be used, at least for your PC. And a few games use it on the Wii U, or you can obviously still use it in Wii mode to play online if the servers are still up for that game of choice.
Yeah.
So, but that's all I really got. I use a headset for everything else. I use the best pair of headsets I've used for the Wii U are actually the best pair of headsets I have for my smartphone, and that is the Apple EarPods. They work just fine. They plug into the headphone jack, and they work just well. So
they do.
get your Samsung or Apple headphones and plug them in there and keep it moving. So that's what I use. It picks up everything just fine.
True that. All right, I think we pretty much covered that.
My headset sucks for gaming.
What's that?
I say I love my Steel series, but I've never used it gaming-wise. It's only for cast. So yeah, continue.
All right. So, anybody have any topics they want to bring up, or?
I just have to say, gaming, really, people, really,
Gaming.
people.
People game.
Just really, people, just gaming.
Well, I tried the game, but y'all shut down my music.
My
We're
God.
not here to hear about you and being Lord Dynamo, the greatest Splatoon player in the universe.
Not the greatest, but one of them.
I don't know. Man.
Your modesty knows no bounds.
I just see the reaction to things in the community when news gets announced, and the actual reaction, overreaction, without having information. I'm just so disillusioned with this community right now, man. It's just like.
And that's what I wanted to address. I didn't know if he was going to bring that up in this cast, and I'm totally with you, T. We get news, and people just blow it out of proportion long before we truly understand what the hell is going on. Like, people just, Nintendo might, and then they just have 5 casts on Nintendo might do something.
Well, let me ask you guys this
I
question.
don't understand having an opinion on something without fully understanding something. Without having a full understanding of it.
Well, if you could bullshit about it, it's the news. Hello, have you not looked at the real news?
I mean, that's how, that's how it is.
Sent
all
on
over.
America.
Well, let me ask you guys this question, and this could just be me. Why is it that no matter what is announced, that we don't react? Because, like, me personally, when they announce a new system, a Wii U, although I may have a general excitement, I don't react in a way where it's like I'm making up dreams in my mind as to what I know is going to come to fruition, and if it doesn't, I'm going to be disappointed. Like for example, when they did the whole thing about NX, I was just like, huh, like I nothing.
It was like, it's cool, but we knew that was going to happen anyway.
Dude, look, I remember. I'm glad you said that.
Cool. To me, it was just like, okay, you just told me some stuff that I know you were already doing even before you launched the Wii. So, I mean, to me, it was just like, oh, so yeah, you're telling us stuff that you probably wouldn't have told us unless you had to. But I didn't feel any kind of way. Not that I didn't care, but in a sense, I did, but did not. It's like,
Well,
well,
you'd like to feel good.
thank you.
Unless it makes you feel really good, you wouldn't feel it.
People lose it. Like, I remember when the Wii U first launched, or right before it launched, and there were like trailers for there were all these trailers coming out for Darksiders 2, and a lot of them were like a bunch of pre-rendered stuff, like CGI stuff, and it looked really cool. And I remember like people in the comment section on this trailer saying, "Oh man, that looks great. What's that?" And that's the Wii U version. And it was like, the Wii U version looks like that. And I'm like, no, that's not true. But people get overly hyped about like stuff without having a complete understanding of it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I've never been that way. And a lot of people are. So I mean, I can't. I guess it's just a dinosaur in me. that I don't.
Then
I,
I guess we're all dinosaurs in this cast. I'm sorry. Don't make. Sorry, I shouldn't make an assumption. Let's let Shadow and Ken chip in.
I mean, no. My thing is this, and maybe I'm just numb to it. But even back in the day, like I didn't get excited to the point where I just created stuff out of thin air. Like if Nintendo was to come out tomorrow and say, "Hey, NX is gonna launch Q1, 2016," I'm not gonna all of a sudden say, "Man, I know it's gonna be January. It's gotta be." Like they would be stupid not to do it. Like I'm not gonna do all that. To me, it's like thanks for the information. Let me get back to my game. Let me
I'm
get
gonna
back to
keep it
my regular
moving.
life. Like I don't. Like, time does not stop when someone. Well, I don't care if it's a damn leak. Even the whole Smash Brothers leak when they said, "Oh, we found they data mined the CD. They found reused music." It's like okay, that's great. Thanks for ruining it, you dick. But
Yeah.
thanks.
Like
But my
I,
thing is okay.
I thought it was kind of cool, but yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like,
But to me, it's like, okay, thank you, but at the end of the day, it's a game and it's a character in a game.
yeah.
I'm excited, but at the same time, it's like, this is not going to change my life.
Well, that's because you wanted Cammy because she wears a leotard, you perv. But that's a different
well,
conversation.
I proactively try
Cammy's
not to
awesome.
get overly hyped about
Yes,
stuff.
she is awesome. Anyways,
Ken and
Stickos,
Drill. Keep moving.
stickos.
Ken and
I,
Drill, biatch.
I try not to get too overly hyped about stuff because you're gonna be disappointed when your hype level is so high. Like
Like Watch Dogs.
right,
Oh
like
my god, that
I
was
was
such a.
disappointed. I
I
allowed
wanted
myself
that
to get
game
hyped.
so bad. That was a huge disappointment. I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
just have to say it. That. Oh my
Hold
god.
on.
I
Just
allowed
for that.
myself to get hyped about that game, and
like Destiny.
complete disappointment. I didn't let myself get hyped about Destiny.
Well,
Me neither.
Destiny is okay, just okay. My problem with Destiny, I got the game, I got the Taken King and everything. The game is good, it's fun, but I got spoiled. I'm used to using my gamepad on Splatoon.
And you about to
The,
mess around. You about to thumb in two sticks, huh?
the,
That
I'm,
sounded
I'm,
very
I'm,
provocative.
That sounded
I,
yeah, that sounded a little
I'm,
sexual.
I got used to the speed and precision of Wii U. Destiny feels it's a good game. I'm not hating on the game in that regard, but it feels slow and clunky after playing Splatoon all the goddamn time.
Well, it is slow
Whatever.
because Splatoon has
Nintendo
like double the frame
fanboys.
rate. But yeah, keep going.
Yeah, just being fanboys, man.
No, bite me. The
What do
game
I want to hear about your
I have both
leapfrog Wii U
systems.
pad?
I keep it real,
Look, I
son.
say this. I'm enjoying my weak you.
I like I like both systems, but I keep it
So weak
real.
that it's not weak.
I play my Wii U far more than I play my PS4. But that's only for now. Only for now. I am an RPG fan, and
Same here with me and my Xbox One, but I don't see that changing much, at least in the next year.
oh well, yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm probably still gonna rock. I could already tell this generation.
But then
No,
what
no,
happened?
exaggeration. 70% of my gaming is gonna be on the Wii U. Period.
But
Yeah,
what?
I can agree with
What?
that, and I can take it a step further. That even when I get my Xbox One, probably at the end of this month, I can tell you this: any multiplayer games that are coming out, I'm getting for the 360. Starting with Tomb Raider. You want to know why? No install.
That's true.
I just pop my game in, and there may be a patch,
But
there may be
but
a patch, but I get
don't
to
you want that
play
10?
it.
But don't you want that 1080p 60 frame per
Okay,
second,
look, I had this
borderline
discussion.
4K graphics with the
I had this
smoothness that
discussion
cannot
with
be
someone
touched?
else on Google Plus. They were like, "Why would you?" They say, "I'm going to get the Xbox One version. I'm not going to deny myself the better visuals." I'm like, "You mean the
What?
slightly better visuals?" I'm like, "But I'm not." I said, "But I will deny myself a mandatory install."
Like if you are concerned about the visuals, just get it on PC.
Yeah,
Like,
no, but you know what though? I want to save myself $10. I want to be able to
But
pop it
T,
in.
no, I'm just saying that other guy
but
who said
T,
that.
real talk. Once again, you guys are trying to apply logic. You can't apply logic with
All
gaming. What
this
the hell?
doesn't make sense. All this fighting about visuals, who got the best. You're not going to
PC
beat the
Master Race.
PC.
PC Master Race.
You're not going to beat the PC on that front. So if you really are concerned about visuals, then you're playing on the wrong system. You need a PC.
So if you look at what I have on here right now that I just screen shared, I put that image out there a couple years ago.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
wow.
Yeah.
my god.
And just so you know, that was the official marketing that that they had saying that this is a screenshot in game.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
back
that
then.
is so
So
beautifully crisp, which does
Hey,
not exist anywhere
yeah,
on the
hey,
planet.
Didn't they?
I will admit something. Please do not shoot me or stab me. But I purchased the Wii U version when it launched because hey,
Mm,
listen, but I bought it for $22. Get off me.
they couldn't give it to me for $22.
Well,
Yeah,
wait,
and it was
well,
used.
and,
So,
Dr. Feelgood, in your defense, did you already know of the debacle?
oh yeah, I was well aware,
Well,
which is
wait
why
on,
I
wait.
bought it used.
I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Of course you knew about the debacle. What? Oh,
I'm gonna pick it up for
whoever
Xbox
made,
One for three
whoever
dollars.
made, which developer worked on the Deus Ex version? I can't remember off the top of my head.
Oh, I know the publisher
It's
Square Enix.
Square.
Can't think of who the
I
developer.
know Square, but who converted it? I'm trying to. That's what I'm
Yeah,
referring
that
to.
little group that did the Wii U version, and they did an
But
excellent job, by the way.
they should have done the Watch Dogs version. Damn it.
You know who else should have helped them work on it? The same people that worked on Arkham City Armored.
I was not gonna be like Armored Edition.
Yeah,
Yep.
And you know what's so funny
That
about
game.
that?
That
It's the
game.
same people that worked on
They didn't even
Arkham
think about
City.
the graphics. If they
No,
just worked on the options on the gamepad, that game would have killed.
and the funny part is the people that worked on Arkham City Armored are also the ones that developed Origins.
yeah, that's right. It was the same group. Yeah,
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 that's
that
what
is
made
so
it even
sad.
more asinine because Origins
That
comes
is
out
so
and
sad.
doesn't have any of the gamepad function. It was just like,
That's so
what?
sad. It's so
You were the
sad.
guys who made this good.
That's what I'm saying. That's what really made it so sad. It's like, wow, really?
Well, I mean, it was because they weren't just doing the Wii U version this time; they were doing the other consoles too. So they
Still
weren't going to
sad.
take extra time to give gamepad features to the Wii U, especially at that point where the writing was on the wall for the Wii U, and they helped it. And they
Yeah,
helped that
well,
make
yeah.
be
The Wii
sure.
U, the Wii U's the dead console as far as the third parties are concerned.
They made
Even
sure it died by not doing stuff. Since we're talking about that, I just want to bring up because somebody recently commented about a thing I did. I'm sure it was some comment I made on a video about the gamepad and how it doesn't. There's no excuse for it. It's not taking away from anything. Because if you really don't want to use it, you don't have to.
except
exactly,
for
it's it's a
certain games.
positive
Right.
option.
Yeah, like Nintendo.
You use
Nintendo
it on its
decided
own. That's it.
Nintendo themselves turned it off for one of their games, Donkey Kong. So you don't have to use it if Nintendo isn't using it. You can still make a game for it. It's not stopping you from making a game. That was my point about
Yeah, the
gamepad disappointed.
excuses are ridiculous. It's like no,
I wouldn't
no.
be happy that you did that, but at least you put the damn game on the system. And
But my thing is as far as developers, based on their rationale, it's like, okay, you guys are saying whatever, like they gave various excuses of, well, we can't find a way to utilize the gamepad. It's like, well, guess what? It's not a requirement. But if you did, the game would be totally unique, and more than likely, it would be
we
a
want it to be
definitive version.
blah blah. Yeah, well, they'll say that, but they don't do it. Like we want it if we put our game on Wii U, we want it to be unique, and so they're saying, if we don't use the gamepad, it won't be unique. But we don't want to use the gamepad.
but then on any
So
other
it's
platform, it could be a Me Too game, right?
It's like I want
right.
to get drunk, but I
Like
don't want to
eating
drink any
near
alcohol.
themselves. Like
So
I want to be
for
full, but I
those
don't want
people
to
that
get.
can look at this right here, works just fine. Develop with that in
yeah,
mind,
yeah.
and it'll also work on the gamepad because they have the same buttons.
It's
So,
yeah. The gamepad is that's what point I was trying to make. The gamepad is a traditional controller. It has all the controls you need. It just happens to have a screen on it.
yep.
That's
That's
it.
it.
But no, it's a gimmick. It has a touchpad, and it has the tablet, and
Those
it's
same
just,
developers
You,
have
you, you,
no
you,
problems putting all the touch and everything else on the PlayStation 4 controller, though, to
Mm.
include allowing you to put the audio on the headphone
but the
jack
touchpad on the
and rumble.
PS4,
And
the touchpad on the PS4 is revolutionary,
yes, you can
son.
turn pages on your map screen.
you know
It's
what? To
great.
me, that sounds like a company or someone that says, you know what?
After you pause the game, by the way.
But that's we're just saying
Oh,
greatness
You put the
awaits.
HUD back on the main screen, by the
You
Thought you were
way.
gonna do that real
await.
time. Get out of
That's when
here.
you do it. You await for greatness. See, people don't realize greatness awaits is encompassing of everything.
And so people don't think that we're trolling. Look, the whole point is this: the all the people that made the testimonials for Wii U at the beginning, the majority of them were talking about what we just talked about.
Yeah.
That you have basically a real live game instance. That at one point in time, the game media was championing because they were championing it for smart glass
Right.
and for Sony Xperia phones connecting with the PlayStation 4 and the Vita connecting with the PlayStation 4 for a second screen experience. Um,
Yeah.
but since all of those pale in comparison to the almost lag-free scenario that you get with the Wii U because it's so proprietary, um, they kind of shied away from that because then that would be something that they're not better at Nintendo in.
Yeah. After
So
trying to, yeah, basically after trying to muddy the words, not the right word. After trying to blunt what the gamepad was doing by offering smart glass and stuff like that, and realizing that they were nowhere on the same page, nowhere in leagues of what the gamepad could do, they quickly ran away from it, and so did the media and everybody
uh,
else, and to make it, not, make it not important anymore.
it's
And
so funny because in early 2013 and late 2013, that's the only positive things that you would hear the press talking about. Oh well, the smart glass integration and in Dead Rising 3, you could have the tablet app and it shoots stuff down on your screen. It shoots rockets from, and I'm like, why couldn't that be on the Wii U? But
yeah,
and it will work better actually because you won't have to worry about syncing your tablet and waiting and all this other kind of craziness.
yeah,
Or in another instance, they would say things like the apps are what makes things popular now. So you can Twitch, you can live stream, and all this other kind of stuff. Until people found out that it was real convoluted to get content from your console and put it on your social media of choice.
right.
And then Nintendo showed them the right way to do it with Mario
Yeah,
Kart.
so either they were
Why do you keep
completely
bringing up
inept
facts?
at making the second screen experience and making it compelling. They were completely inept at that, or they just decided that they wanted to.
They can make money without doing it, basically.
Right, right, exactly.
But
So
Shadow, why do you keep bringing up facts? What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but at one point in time, developers were interested in that because nobody knew which way this was going, and the last time that Sony and Microsoft doubted Nintendo, it bit them in the
exactly.
ass.
I think that's the biggest thing is that they had to put something out there to compete with the gamepad because they didn't want another Wii remote, debacle where they're coming out 4 years later trying to compete with it when it was too late, and they wanted to be there front and center right away. And so when they realized that uh, basically media was destroying the Wii U and the gamepad, that we don't really need to do that. That's not going to be a thing. So
Yeah,
we'll leave
our
that alone.
partners are taking care of it for us, basically.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So it's I noticed that right away. It was kind of funny and strange.
I dreamed of that. I'm like, why can't I have, are there only few? There are very few third-party games that allow me to completely get rid of the HUD. Like, why am I still treating this game as if I'm playing it off screen the entire time? You know what I'm saying? I'm playing the off screen experience on my TV. I shouldn't have to. I should only have to switch back and forth between menus if my TV isn't on and I'm in another room and I'm laying in bed or whatever with my wife or whatever.
Mm.
So, but if I'm sitting in front of a TV, there's no point in me sitting in front of the TV if I don't get the advantage of having everything on the gamepad and I don't have to focus while I'm playing the game. And if I wanted to switch items or something like that, I just literally tap them and I have it at my disposal instead of all that convoluted crap. I mean, it was very limited in Ninja Gaiden Razor's Edge, but it was still a drastic difference from the stuff that you would have to do otherwise, going in menus and flipping back and forth and all this other.
Yeah.
It's bananas.
Yeah.
It's
We
One of the
talked
bananas.
best
Dark
uses
Side
of it to
2.
me were Splinter Cell Blacklist.
Splinter Cell
Control
Blacklists. Yeah.
controlling your little helicopter or whatever, your drone, to fly around with the gamepad with the camera and just tapping on whatever weapon or sought on and you want it like instantly. Nothing can beat that to me.
I mean, that was fun.
I never had to pause that damn game at any moment. There were times I was in firefights, I was just going back and forth between setting traps and pulling guns.
And that was when Ubisoft was all in, because they were one of the biggest proponents, or not proponents, one of the biggest cheerleaders for the second screen experience early on. They were one of the biggest ones touting it, and they went in on the features on for the Splinter Cell, and that game unfortunately sold poorly everywhere. It wasn't because it had its issues.
So I talked about this before, but Nintendo inadvertently did it with several other applications as well. So Twitch is still best on Wii U because the browser and the two-screen experience on that. And it doesn't have an official Twitch app. You can't stream directly from your gameplay and have people, live chat with you or whatever, but you can log into Twitch and watch other people and you can chat with them. Or you could be on your own Twitch channel, and if you're streaming or whatever on there, you could see it on the Wii U and chat with them live on there. You could see everything that way.
You can do it. I've done it. My computer was sluggish. I think I had to update my browser on my computer at the time, and I did everything through my my Wii U as far as the Twitch. I was on somebody's broadcast, and my computer was not working, and I did it through my Wii U, and I was surprised that it could do that.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. There's a million different applications that work just fine. The only thing that doesn't work is what we're doing right now for whatever reason. There's a content wrapper for the chat application that Google has updated with the new Google UI. It also doesn't work with the old Apple TVs as well, if it makes you feel any better. But so you can't use Hangouts or any other type of Hangout streaming on Wii U live. Now you can watch a live event as it's being encoded by Google. So what we're doing right now can be watched on the Wii U, but it's going to be a couple milliseconds delay because it's being encoded to HTML5. But like doing what we're doing live and being on here live is not capable of doing because the development kit isn't there for you to be able to use it in the browser. So literally all they would have to do is update the browser as part of the firmware update or whatever, and then we could do it. But it is what it is. There are a lot of coulda, woulda, shouldas, but
hopefully the NX will swoop in and save us.
If
save us, give us the power.
I would say this, and I've said this in more than a few posts about people when they had their rumor about all the power and whatever the NX is going to have. I said, look, if the NX was to drop tomorrow, whether it drops tomorrow or whether it doesn't come out until 2020, you know what I'll still be playing? My Wii U.
Yeah.
And the best part about my Wii U, and this is
because the Wii U has games.
Backwards compatibility and the eShop. Hello.
I mean, this is going to sound so sweet and sensitive of me to say this, but bear with me. One of the best part about my Wii U is not even the games themselves. My favorite part, and this has happened a week ago. It's happened a lot though, but my wife was playing a game, right? She's playing Yoshi's Woolly World. I'm watching her play it. It's late. She says I'm getting sleepy. I said, all right then. I'm about to play the game a little bit myself. Go in the bedroom. Keep in mind, she says she's sleeping. She says, you know what? Bring me the gamepad. I said, okay. Maybe she's going to check her time or check Miiverse before she go to bed. This woman starts playing in the bed.
Yeah.
And I'm literally laying back flat in the bed. We both are. I'm actually watching her play on the gamepad. What other system allows you to go from your TV in your living room, wherever hell your TV is at, go, I would say, 15, 30 feet away, and continue playing seamlessly?
But
The Vita, though, after you set up your everything.
The gamepad died.
After several settings later, the Vita plus lag.
As I say, Vita, after spending a lot of time calibrating and adjusting and calibrating and adjusting some more, the Vita can do it, kind of, maybe,
It sure can.
really well, really well. I have the Vita, it does it, and it does have a longer range. Real talk, it does have a longer range.
Yeah, it
Just
can work over the internet. So
It's internet,
it,
yeah. The internet
you
is
just have to adjust it a whole lot.
yeah, don't
But
play a
once,
fighting game with it over the internet.
no, don't. I've tried it, fail,
those
fail.
analogs ain't really built for, you know,
It's not really either way.
console
You
play.
would destroy it. Well, I learned that the hard way with the original PSP. But anyways,
Yeah. All right. I think that's it for this episode. Yeah, guys.
I'm
Agree?
good.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Let's go ahead and give our outros. Go ahead, Doctor Feelgood.
I'm glad to be here. Start to feel good. I will have a few videos probably coming up soon. Retro gameplay. Uh, Shout out to KH Anime. He's tired of me posting Splatoon videos, me kicking his ass. So I said I'll do some different games.
That's fired.
but yeah, I'm gonna also post a trollish video. Inspiration by Mr. T, of course. Um,
Why me fools?
hey.
He never trolls. What you talking about,
I
son?
mean, no, to me, Mr. T is probably the foremost expert when it comes to trolling while being very cordial about it.
Basically, he hands people their asses in a respectable manner.
Yeah, basically.
Hmm. What about that butt pace?
Oh, damn.
Anyways, continue.
All right.
I'm being a brat.
All right. Go ahead. Give your outro, Shep.
Good Shepherd, ADC specialist. For reasons I've kind of sort of mentioned before, you see a lot more of my content. I won't do any video game capturing till towards the end of the month, but I'll be having more videos in general. Mostly life related, but a few game stuff splattered here and there. And that's about it for now. See y'all on the midweek cast. Peace.
All right. And all right. This is your boy Mr. T. I'm gonna drop some videos relating to what some of the stuff we talked about here, so be looking out for that. The next one should be kind of funny, so look out for that. It'll be up sometime this evening or sometime tomorrow. But yeah, that's it for this episode of Gamers at Large, episode
Wait.
79.
Wait. I don't
Shadow.
think you mentioned Shadow.
Oh,
I'm ninja-ing, man. I'm ninja-ing.
Oh,
bad.
okay. He's gonna come out the cut and just do.
My
his
bad,
thing.
Shadow.
No, I'm just
Spit your throat, son.
I'm looking right now.
Ninja.
If you guys ever have the time to look at some of the weirdest Miiverse posts ever, there is a screenshot that should be an animated GIF of Carol from a game I like to give a shout out from Freedom Planet. It's a really good game, by the way. It's a really good Sonic
Oh
type
shit! I
game or
haven't
whatever.
picked that up yet. That's my fault.
Well, Mission 3 in the game starts with a story, and somewhere in there, there's a screenshot where one of the main characters named Carol is quoted saying buttloads of cash, and the look on its face while saying that is just priceless. So it's on Miiverse somewhere. Just look for it, and you see this screen. It's just the worst thing ever. But those are some of the things that you get to see on Miiverse, and Nintendo is just like, you know what, you can go ahead and have that one. Leave it there. That's
It's in the
hilarious.
game, so you can get away with it.
Yeah, as long as it's in the game, everything's fair. But yeah, Road Ninja K9 Descent. Like I said, I'll put up something whenever. Yeah, in my spare time, there'll be a Shadowcast at some point in my spare time. Yeah, just stay subscribed and you'll see it, or unsubscribe and then jump back on whenever you see a video like everybody else does.
Oh, damn.
I'm telling you, like I'll go like 3 or 4 weeks without a video, and I'll drop down from 600 subs, and then I'll drop a video, and then I'll have 600 subs again. It's crazy. Like I don't get it, but yeah.
You say it all the time. The dude you love to hate.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
weird
yeah.
because I usually unsubscribe from the people that put out 20 videos, a day or
Yeah,
something.
because you
And,
can't keep up with them. It's
right,
crazy.
right. You can't keep up with them, and that's
Well,
what I
well,
keep.
that's another cast we should bring up, but not today. I'm like, yo, if you're gonna post a video, make some friggin' sense.
Yeah.
Don't just hear
All
shit
right,
and be
let's
like,
get on out of here then.
report. No. You ain't gonna interrupt me now, man. I gotta say, if you're gonna report on news, report on news. Don't report on news because you're trying to scoop everybody. Say shit that's actually relevant. I just gotta say that.
On that note, nobody knows anything about the NX's power, so don't watch any of that shit.
Mm, for
I'm
real.
sorry, but
Well,
anyway,
somebody
no,
knows about it, but it's
And,
not
and
not people in this community.
yeah,
exactly.
and then also, we just brought up in
This
this
is the guy who
cast.
wanted to leave.
You can't. Well, I gotta say it because it is what it is. You can't pass full judgment on Miitomo when we really don't really know what the hell Miitomo is. At,
Yeah.
at least at least get a demo version or some shit before you start making all these big judgments. I gotta keep it real. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Eh, The
yeah.
stuff we should have made judgments on was like my Nintendo and stuff like that, and people barely talked about it. So it's just the things that
And even
the thing,
that is not fully implemented. But sorry, go ahead.
yeah, the things that are tangible that you can kind of make more guesstimations on. That those are the things that people chose to overlook, and instead they want to overlook things that they want to look at things that they can basically give wild assumptions on, and hope that their followers are idiotic enough to just cling to that and see what they're going to say. Like there is no earthly way that anybody outside of people working in a fabrication plant know anything about this hardware. Like it's not even finalized. So, no, not even close. I don't even think that you could do it. Now the
But
operating
it's
system
coming.
and
But it's
stuff like
coming out
that.
next year, and it's gonna be a
Is
PS4
it?
killer.
Is it?
Yay!
Is it for all
That's
all all the questions of all the questions above? Is it? We don't know.
for the record, I won't say completely. The possibility could be next year. It could be, but all these blatant assumptions,
Who
dude.
gives
At
a
least,
shit when it comes out?
well, I know that. Like at the end of the day, whenever it pops up, I'm probably gonna get it regardless. But at least have facts. Don't just make all these bullshit assumptions. That's all I have to say in that regard.
The only thing that would make sense is what everybody is refusing to acknowledge.
Boobies. Sorry.
And that's the thing is that Sony and Microsoft are going to have changed their game plan. They can't have the 8 year cycle that they were planning on like they did last generation. And the only reason they did that was because they came out with their own motion control
Yeah.
to extend their cycle.
And
They can't do that again, even though they spent all this money on hardware thinking it was going to last that long.
right. And
So
I
now
wish they
their
I
plan.
wish
for the
they brought it
people,
back because the motion control would work beautifully with these first-person shooters. People are sleeping on that shit. For motion control works great with first-person shooters when implemented correctly.
But that would be admitting they're wrong.
for the people who say, day in day out, Nintendo's irrelevant, Microsoft and Sony don't care, blah blah blah. This is from Microsoft's head guy from his own mouth. He said, "We'll wait to see what the NX is, and then we'll respond." Those are his words.
Yeah.
So, not so irrelevant to the competition. Just throwing that out there. All right, let's wrap the thing up. Oh, what?
I was gonna say, why would they even care anyway?
Yeah.
And if Nintendo is irrelevant, then Sony and Microsoft would still go ahead and do their 8 year thing and let Nintendo be out on the market by themselves with a new piece of hardware for 3 years straight. And we know that's not going to happen.
No shit. We
But if they're
already know.
irrelevant, they should be able to, right?
Well, we know the comment. I mean, PS4 and Xbox One came out early because of their irrelevant Wii U.
Huh? Well, yeah.
All right. So in the outro, we start another topic. We're finally
It's all
gonna
my
get out
fault,
of
I'm
here.
sorry.
That's been
My fault. ADC specialist.
all right. Stop talking. That's been Gamers at Gamers at Large episode 79 with your host Mr. T and the boys. See you guys in the midweek or next weekend, and peace.
Do you
And
play
like
games that
I
fun
said,
or impress other people?
Look, I didn't even hit the button yet. 'Cause I knew you guys are gonna do this whole
Game on! Shut up.
get it
and
on
play.
out, get it on out, and play Nintendo fools.
And hunt the truth, people. Hunt the truth.